ITV, EATV, Capital TV, Radio 1, East Africa Radio na Capital Radio. Sasa zinapatikana kupitia satellite Interset 22 uelekeo 72.1 degree East C-band, frequency 3671 MHz, symbol rate 8571 kilosymbol per second, forward error correction 2/3, polarization horizontal.
In Capital News tonight, Tundu Lissu's attempt to defend his parliamentary seat fails. A 5.5 Richter magnitude earthquake hits Katavi region. And in sports, Cypher Stars captain Bwana Samata had to be replaced in yesterday's win against Burundi due to injury. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. The High Court of Tanzania has dismissed an application filed by former Chadema Member of Parliament for Singida East Tundu Lissu to revoke the decision to unseat him by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Job Ndugai. In the ruling made today, the court said Tundu Lissu should have filed a case to oppose the parliamentary election in his constituency instead. Reading the ruling, Judge Cyrillus Matupa said if Tundu Lissu's application had been accepted, it would have caused breach of the constitution, as it would have meant having two members of parliament in the same constituency. Tundu Lissu had filed an emergency application through his brother Alute Murai, being among measures taken to get back his parliamentary seat. Also present to witness ruling of the application was the national chairman of Chadema Party, Freeman Mbowe.
Kwamba sisi kama chama tunaheshimu mahakama kama chombo muhimu cha kutoa haki katika taifa.
As a party, we trust in the court as a body to serve justice. In addition, within the court, there are various levels from which one can seek justice. Therefore, we shall continue to use any form within the court to ensure justice is sought.
Na kutafutwa.
A 5.5 Richter magnitude earthquake struck Katavi region in the early hours of morning, causing some residents to sleep outside of their homes in fear as the earthquake tremors caused some of the houses to crack. Katavi Region Commissioner Juma Homera said that no one was injured in the incident.
Today, it was quite unusual compared to previous incidences. We've had minor tremors before, but this one was quite strong. When we woke up, we found that houses had cracks. I went in at about 3:30, but then I had to come out and remain outside with my children. So far, there has not been any major damage caused, although in Sibwasa, some houses have cracks. Houses in Mpanda were also affected. There is not enough information on how to protect oneself nor where to seek assistance.
The police force in High District Kilimanjaro region has used tear gas to disperse Joseph Msaki said that the college's accountant had colluded with the financial institution to provide ghost receipts.
Given that various law enforcement organs many times have tried to resolve this matter, but without any success, students have refused, under demanding that a resolution must be reached first regarding their finances, and have refused to sit for exams. Bank slips is proof that the money was credited into college account, but in the account you find that 10 students, for instance, have the same account number, transaction number, and the date is also the same, and the time of transaction is also identical. When we made a follow-up, we found out that there were transactions that were made in the college account, but some transactions were missing. Serial number from transactions in question is also identical.
Parliament in Dodoma has approved the decision to upgrade part of Selu Game Reserve to become Nyerere National Park. Tabling the resolution, the Minister of Natural Resources and Tourism, Dr. Hamis Kigwangalla, said the aim is to have sustainable conservation in the country.
Tunachokifanya katika pori la akiba la Selu.
What we are doing in part of Selu is to change the use of it to be a national park, so as to improve conservation and promote tourism. What has happened in the past was to protect Selu and is now in a much safer place. I will be surprised if projects will be withheld. There are many reserves which lack the finances to operate and have to rely on TANAPA to a large extent, which causes TANAPA to suffer financially.
In another development, Speaker of the National Assembly, Job Ndugai, told the House that the Member of Parliament for Singida is his official representative for the constituency after ruling by the High Court to dismiss an application by Tundu Lissu to defend the seat.
Honorable Miraji Mtaturu is a legitimate Member of Parliament for East Singida.
Tanzania and the German Development Bank KfW have signed an aid agreement of 32.74 billion shillings for a maternal and infant health and HIV/AIDS project. The agreement was signed in Dar es Salaam between the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Finance, Dr. James, and the Country Director of KfW, Dr. Anika Kalov.
Serikali ya shirikisho la Jamhuri ya Ujerumani kupitia
The Union Government of the Republic of Germany through KfW will give the Government of the Republic of Tanzania a grant worth 13 million euros, equivalent to 32.74 billion shillings, towards maternal health and infant, as well as protection of transmission of VVU virus from mother to child.
Na pia kukinga maambukizi ya virusi vya ukimwi, yaani VVU.
Partnership between NHIF and KfW is part of a long-term cooperation between the government of the United Republic of Tanzania and the federal government of Germany, aiming at universal health coverage. We at KfW are proud to provide our support in this endeavor. Only 3 months back, KfW, on behalf of the German government and the Ministry of Finance, concluded another agreement over 10 million euro for the construction of the CCBRT Maternity and Newborn Hospital here in Dar es Salaam.
President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Ali Mohammed Shein, has said he will sponsor 60 Form 6 students who excel in their national examinations. He made the pledge at State House in the Isles at a special lunch prepared for Form 4 and Form 6 students who have performed well.
Baadhi ya walimu wanaharibia walimu wengi wenye sifa nzuri, sababu wao ni wachache. Wakifanya hivyo wanapunguzia ari na kasi wenzao na heshima katika kuwasomesha vijana wetu. Wale waharibifu wanawadhalilisha vijana wetu pamoja na kina mama.
The Minister of Land, Housing and Settlement Development, William Lukuvi, has said that the government will use mobile phone systems to provide information, reminding Tanzanians to pay land rent.
Mwaka huu makampuni ya simu na Airtel kufanya tutawapeni tangazo ambalo tunataka mifumo yote ya simu Tanzania itusaidie katika kuwahimiza wananchi kila mwaka walipe kodi ya pango la ardhi.
Lakini vile vile tuna wateja ambao wanatumia huduma za kifedha za Airtel Money, na hao sasa wataweza kutumia mtandao wa Airtel.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows shortly. And international news. Workers at Kenyatta National Hospital have gone on strike and protest against delayed payment of improved salaries and allowances. The Kenya Union of Domestic, Hotels, Educational Institution and Hospital Workers called the strike after the expiry of a 14-day notice to protest the failed implementation of a state resolution that upgraded the hospital's parastatal status.
PS, we have agreed that we are suspending our strike for the next 2 weeks, and by 23rd, we shall be telling you the next course of action. Solidarity together? Forever! Solidarity? Forever! Solidarity? Forever! Solidarity forever!
Exiled rebel leader Riek Machar has arrived in South Sudan's capital for expected talks with President Salva Kiir, a meeting seen as an important step towards the implementation of a stalled peace deal. Machar's rare visit to Juba, the first in a year, comes before a November deadline to form a power-sharing government, a key part of pact signed by the two rivals last year to end the country's ruinous civil war. The rollout of the accord, however, has been delayed by disputes. Moving on, President Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya has expressed his satisfaction with the progress of the ongoing construction works at Lamu Port. He called on the workers to remain vigilant and to continue working closely with security organs in averting terrorist threats.
There shall be no other port like this one, from Dubai to South Africa. This will be the leading port. Our aim is for our youth to get job opportunities at the port. Peace will not be restored if residents themselves do not cooperate with the security organs. If you are suspicious of any person, just report to the police stations, because these criminals live amongst you in your communities. Let's work together in removing terrorists who aims at killing people.
And that is shortly after the break. We'll be right back.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight. Price inflation in August 2019 fell to 3.6%, down from 3.7% in July. This decline has been contributed to drop in prices for products such as kerosene, petrol and gas cookers.
Price inflation for food and energy for the month of August 2019 has reduced to 2.9% from 3.1% in July 2019. Statistics shows that price inflation rate for July and August 2019 has decreased to 0.5%.
The U.S. Judge d'Affaires in the country, Dr. Inme Patterson, has called on 20 women entrepreneurs who have completed a business training sponsored by the U.S. Embassy to use new skills gained to grow their businesses in order to improve the economy from family to national level.
Women participation in entrepreneurship shows that they have equal opportunities and potentials in the community. Every one of you is a role model to other women. Through this course, we have learned a lot, where through this course, our business, families and societies will be improved.
The Defense and Security Committee in Geita region has assured mineral dealers from all the regions in the country of a strengthened security during the second International Technology and Investment Fair in the mining sector to be held in the region from 20th of this month.
Regions that have minerals should get ready to come to Geita, and Geita is ready to welcome all who will be interested in this sector, because here they can find different experts and technologies. This place is secure enough for minerals activities to be conducted peacefully. For example, one can buy gold here and get escort to the buyer's final destination.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
Welcome back, and in sports news. The technical bench says Taifa Stars captain Bwana Samata had to be replaced in yesterday's win against Burundi due to injury.
Adi ni mchezaji mzuri sana, anacheza nje.
Adi is a very good player who plays abroad. We just like to say one thing. When the time comes, Adi will be used. We have qualified for the World Cup qualifiers group stage. There are 6 games. So I believe Adi will represent the country well. It is just hearsay and we cannot force people to stop talking. Ali is the national captain and he was hurt.
Kudhani, lakini Ali ni captain wetu, Ali captain wa nchi.
JKT Mbweni have been crowned the national netball champions in the competition that just ended in Dodoma.
Associations have the responsibility of making sure they develop their particular sports. The government is working hard to make sure every sport goes well in the sports events that the government is organizing, like Umiseta and Shumta, you will find almost every kind of games in those competitions.
David De Gea is close to finally agreeing a new contract with Manchester United. Here's more on the story.
The goalkeeper is on the verge of completing the details on terms in the region of the £290,000 a week basic earned by Paul Pogba, and the Spaniard expects to sign soon, it is understood. De Gea is out of contract next summer, so a new deal would allow United to protect an asset whose market price would rise to at least £80 million. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was charged in part with convincing key players that their future remained at United when appointed caretaker manager last December. Anthony Martial signed again for the long term in January, and should De Gea follow, this will be viewed as further success by the club hierarchy. The Spain international joined United in the summer of 2011.
Lewis Hamilton has called for making in Formula One after he felt had not obeyed the rules during his victory at the Italian Grand Prix. Here are more details.
Mercedes driver insisted Leclerc, who took his second win for Ferrari at Monza, also said he may speak to the Monegasque driver in private about what had happened on track. Leclerc took the win after the two drivers had enjoyed a long battle. It had come to an head at the Roggio chicane, where Hamilton looked to pass, but Leclerc squeezed him wide. Hamilton believed he had not been left a car's width of space as the regulation require, but Leclerc was issued only with a warning.
And Greece are calling for the officials who oversaw their final game at the Basketball World Cup to be banned. Here's the report.
Giannis Antetokounmpo fouled out. The Milwaukee Bucks man, the NBA's most valuable player in 2018-2019, picked up a fifth foul in the fourth quarter. You cannot call these kinds of fouls on this kind of player, said Greece coach Thanasis Skotropoulos. The team spokesman confirmed to news agency Agence France Presse that Greece were writing to the sports governing body FIBA seeking a ban for the three referees in charge.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.